The idea for today's website came not from web design, but from graphic design. I saw this actual poster for a company doing green roofs and facades. So I thought, can I turn something like this into a website? And it turned out I can. So we are making today this interesting layout. As you can see, this is our hero section. We have another section which is a grid. We are gonna learn how to set up a grid like this, and then we have another section very similar to our hero section. Pretty cool landing page in my opinion. We are gonna create this with CSS, and this video will be a little bit more beginner friendly than usual on my channel, but it's always good to get back to basics and to practice. So let's practice together. Hi guys, welcome back. Now let's get started with making this interesting layout. First I want to show you images I'm gonna use. I have this is the SVG for my hamburger icon. Then I have this image. This will be the image inside our grid, and I have two images that will be the background images for my sections, and finally cover image. This is the image that will be over these two images. So that is how we will make this interesting layout. I've made this with pen tool. I'm not very skillful with pen tool, but I think it's decent enough. So let's get started. So let's have a look at my HTML. I have my header, which will have two buttons. I won't be making these buttons functional. Maybe we do that in some of the other episodes. And then I have the main section. This will be a hero section with H1 and subtitle also. Then I have a section which will be the grid, and underneath that another section that will be like hero. And finally I have my footer. In my CSS I'm importing this font. I have my two colors for in my custom variables, and I have a basic reset and put the background color and color to my body. All of this gave me the look I have now. This is our live website. Okay, let's get started with the styling. Okay, let's get I will first make my hero section, and then I will take care of the header. So here inside our main, I will give a class of hero to my first div, and inside this div I have another div that holds my titles. So to that div I will give a class of cover. This will be the div that will be that will hold this image with which will be on top of my background. Okay, so now let's start styling my hero section. Okay, what do I want for my hero? I want to have a min height of 100 viewport heights, and I want to put the background. To that, the URL will be, I will go to my images folder and I will put this roof.jpg. I don't want this to repeat, and I will position it in the center, horizontally and vertically. And I want to cover the whole div. Okay, with that we have my hero. Okay, so this is our hero. I'm not gonna worry yet about the header. We will do that later. Let's take care of my cover div with the class of cover. This div, I want this div to be on top of that div. So for that, I'm gonna position it absolute, but I want to be relative to my hero. So I will put on the hero position relative. So I will say position absolute, and I want to have the width and the height of 100%. So to take the whole width and height of its parent. Okay, and finally I want to put as a background my cover image. So for the URL, I will go into my images folder and put cover. Okay, if we save this, as you can see, here is my cover image on top of my image with all of the greenery. Okay, but I want to, I made this image, let me show you. As you can see here, I want to be positioned, I want this part to be positioned here over my head. So I will put as a position of my image here, I will put, again, I want no repeat. And I will position my background image in the bottom right corner. So I will say right bottom. And again, I want cover for the background size. Oops. Okay. As you can see, now my image is positioned, background image is positioned properly. And why did I do that? Because I want my text to be here, to be visible. As you can see right now, it's not visible enough. Okay, let's have a look at my class of cover. Here it is. And I have my two titles. In fact, I will make another div that will be the holder for my two titles. I will move them inside this div. So my cover now has only one child, and therefore I can make it a flex container. To position that one child, I want to align items to be flex end and justify content to be flex end. With that, here is my text at the bottom of this div. Now I want to put some I want to put max width and also some padding to my div. So I will select all of the direct children of my cover class, which is the only div I have. And I will put max width to 500 pixels. I will align my text to the right. And I will put some padding. Padding will be 3 rams on top and bottom and 5 rams on the left and right. Okay, and now I just want to make my text a little bigger. So we'll have class of cover, and I want my H1 to have a font size of 3.5 rams, and I want to put the margin bottom to separate it from my H3, let's say 2 rams. And also my H3 should have font size of, let's say, 1.25 rams. Okay, with that, you can see I have the desired effect. On the wider screens, this is looking even better. Okay, nice. So this is how we set up our desired layout for our hero section. And now let's take care of this header. I will position it absolute, so this hero section starts from the top. Okay, over my hero section, let's put some comments here. So I will position my header absolute, and of course it will be absolute to the body, and now it's gone. So I need to put a Z index that is, let's say, 10. Now we can see it because my hero section comes later in the HTML. It will be over the header, which is positioned absolute. That's why I need the Z index. Okay, and now I will just fast forward until I make the desired look for the header. Okay, I finished styling my header. As you can see, I made it a flex container with space between, and I have 2 buttons which have some padding and font stylings, and one I also have nested hover, which will just decrease the opacity. And that's about it. Nothing too crazy for the header. Alrighty, now let's take care of this section. This is our grid. So let's learn how to set up the grid and do the other styling. Okay, but before I forget, one important thing also I want to add to my background, to my hero class. I want a background attachment to be fixed. In this way, when I scroll down, my background is fixed and only the rest of the content is moving, as you can see. Alrighty, now let's take care of the grid. This is my section. I'll give it a class of, let's say, stats. And this is the div that will be the grid. I will give it a class of grid. Okay, let's save this. Let's first take care of the stats div. Okay, underneath this, I will put a comment. Let's say grid. Okay, so my stats section, I will have a padding of 5 rems. Okay. And then I have my title, which is H2. I will style my H2. I will give it a font size of 2 rems. I will align it to the center. And let's see what else I want to be more down. So I will put margin top, let's say 3 rems. No, 5 rems. Okay. Okay, it's time to set up our grid. So I will say class of grid. It will be display grid, of course. And I will do grid template columns. I will divide it into 6 equal columns, and then I will set up my content with grid template area. So I will say repeat 6 times 1 fr, which will divide my whole grid into 6 equal columns. Okay, and now finally I will define my grid template areas. Okay, in the first row my areas will be, let me check, I will use this the same class name I have for my divs that are children of my grid. So this div with the class of coast, I want it to be twice as big and this one. So I will say coast and coast, and then I have the class of retention. I will use the same names for my areas, and finally are my rest. The rest of my 3 columns will will have the image. I want my image to be half of the screen. Okay, that's it. And for another row, I want this time I will have my class of air that will take only 1 space, and then I have class of lifespan that will take 2 spaces, 2 columns, sorry, of my div. And again, I want my image to take 3 columns. Okay, let's save this. As you can see, my grid is divided into 6 columns, but still I need to apply the areas to my classes. So I will have my class of coast. It will be grid area will be coast. Okay, and I will do that for the rest of my classes. I will fast forward. Okay, I assigned grid areas for all of my classes. Now when I save this, you can see that I have my grid set it up. Everything is as I imagined. Now let's put some styling on the children of this grid. I will say class grid, I will select all direct children. So I will put background color to my variable. This time I will reverse my colors and color will be my background. And then I will put a border radius, very big border radius of 100 viewport widths. What else do I need? I need some padding of, let's say, 1 rem. Let's save this. Okay. Okay, let's put some gap on our grid. Here I will put a gap of 2 rems. And I will also put some padding on top and bottom. Let's say I want 5 rem on top and bottom and 0 on the left and then right. And I also want to increase the font size, not 12 but 1.25 rems. Okay, now what else do I need? I want this to be content of my divs. As you can see, these are 2 paragraphs. I want them to be centered. So quickly I will also display this as a grid and place items to the center. This will center my content, and also I want text align to be centered. Okay, here it is. And what else? This is in fact this is the smaller screen. On the wider screen this will be good, but on smaller screens than 900 pixels I will put a media query, so we will improve the look of this grid. But for now, let's just, on the image class, I want to cancel the backgrounds, so I will put background color to transparent, like that. Okay, that's good. Now let's just, because we are on the smaller screens, let's put a media query for max width of 900 pixels. For that I will copy my class of grid. I will copy this grid template areas, and I will make some changes. This is how we can make our grid responsive. Now for this I will move the image completely from this row inside a new row. So I will cut this and delete it from here also, and I will have a new row with all the image, but again now I have 6 columns again, so I will need to put 6 times, and this time I will put, again I need to fill out my 6 columns. Now I can make this uneven again, like I made here for the big screens, but I also can make it even. So I will say 3 times coast and 3 times retention, and then I want 3 times air and 3 times lifespan column area. With that, my grid is now looking like this. I have 2 equal columns for my stats, and all the way down I have my image taking up the whole space. Okay, this is getting more and more the look I want. Now let's take care of this section. This is the section. If I use the same class I did for on this section, if I put the class of hero, and on the inside div I put the class of cover, if we save, you can see I have the same look as my hero class. Now I will just make some changes because I don't want this background image. I want the other background image. So you can see with classes how easy we set up once the desired stylings, and then they just repeat with using the same class. That's why this is so powerful. But I want some changes here, so I will add another class. Let's say second heroes. Very creative name of the classes. Okay, let's put some. This is my grid. Underneath my grid I will put a class of second hero. And now I want my hero that also has a class of second. I want to change the image. As I said, I want to background image to be inside my images folder. It will be facade.jpg. Okay, as you can see, now we have a different image. Okay, and with that, maybe if you're satisfied with that, you can leave it like that. We have pretty much the same sections with the same cover image, but I will make this even more interesting, and I will completely rotate this image by 180 degrees. So I will say that inside this hero with the class of second, I want my cover class to be rotated 180 degrees. If I save now. Okay, now my cover image is rotated, which is what I wanted, but I didn't want also my text to rotate it. I wanted my text to stay the way it was. So I will make some changes in my HTML. I will close my cover div here, here, and then I will save, and my h2 will be a separate child of my hero class. Okay, so now you can see I have some problems here. Here is my h2. I need to make changes and to style this h2. Again, I want my hero second and with my h2 inside. So I want to position it absolute, and with that it will be positioned at the top left of my hero class, which, if you remember, has a class of relative. And then I will just copy this what I have for my inside my I will copy the max width and the padding, but I don't want to have text align to the right. I want my text to be aligned normally, and with that, as you can see, my text is exactly where I want it to be. Okay, but as you can see, I have some maybe, and even on the smaller screens this problem will be even bigger. Some of my text may not be visible, so I will put a background color to my h2, and it will be primary bg color, and then I will put a border radius also. I don't want these corners. Let's put 2 rams on the. Okay, This is maybe not the best, but you will see at the bigger screens it won't be even visible. As you can see, it's very nice fitting with the background. I put this background color only for the purpose of smaller screens because I want my text always to be visible. Okay, let's quickly style the footer before we finish. I want my footer to have padding of 1 rem and to be aligned to the center like this. Okay, and also I will put some inside my media query for my smaller screen sizes. I will decrease my paddings a little bit, and I will fast forward until I do that. And of course, don't worry, you will as always have a code in the GitHub repo if you want to see the whole code. Okay, so let's fast forward to that. Okay, I finished adding these changes inside my media query. And finally, let's have a look at our finished project. This is the look on the desktop. As you can see, I have my hero section. I have then my section with the grid. Then I have another hero section down there. And on top of that, I have my footer. In fact, I can remove this background and put it only for the smaller screen sizes of my H2, like this. Okay, now this is better, and let's have a look. And okay, this is my look on a mobile phone. As you can see, not too bad either. Okay, awesome. I hope you liked today's episode. As you can see, we can draw our ideas from for websites from lots of different places. I found this on the poster, and from that I think I transferred it into a beautiful landing page. As always, I thank you for watching this video. If you had the value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Lots of love to you, and bye bye. See you in the next episode.